Look what's back. Okay, I have only the big guy, and this guy's back. Everybody's been waiting for these, and we're so excited. And I don't have the small version of him, but he's up online because he's at the mail office right now, and they wouldn't let me get into the box. I was like, I need to get it out because they're checking it in. So anyhow, this is really exciting. I am so excited because this one sold out so quickly. So these are all, I think this guy's up for pre-order, but I know the little micro guy, the small guy, and this guy is in stock now. And so I'm gonna steal both of these because I was waiting for them myself, and I'm just so excited. Oh my God, Matt, look how cute it is.
So good.
It's so good. And the very best exciting part is you could put both of these bags in your Tokyo shopper, right?
Yeah.
I should get one out to show you, right?
Yeah.
Because real quick, Matt, do you mind holding this for 1 second?
Got it.
Let me go get a Tokyo shopper, and I will show you. All right, I found one in navy blue, and I'm gonna open it up. Let's see, what's going on today? Well, what's going on? I don't even know. It's just our bathrooms. It's getting old. You know what? It's not getting old. What it is I was in the shower, because just in case you guys haven't been following us lately, we have had to take out both of the bathrooms upstairs, so we really don't have a shower. So we've been outside showering for the last month, right? Has it been a month?
Because we had leak issues. It was,
Yeah,
our hand was
okay.
forced.
Let's just go through the story.
And the original bathroom was from 1953.
Yeah, okay, wait, let me just show this real quick and then, okay, so this is really exciting. So we have this guy who came in, and this is fully like kind of stuffed, and I'm just gonna show you because I know that I wouldn't put that much stuff in my bag, but that's my opinion. But this is amazing because you could just, off you go if you want to do that.
Wow.
And this is like fully stuffed, okay, like most people will
and that bag carries a lot on its own.
Yeah, so that's amazing. But this guy, look how cute. It's like boop boop. That's kind of actually super chic, and I want to do a photo shoot with just like little tiny bags of ours in here.
The bag. I like that.
Yeah, and you can peekaboo through the shopper.
It's fun.
So these have been going really quick, and so I am really suggesting if you're interested in a Tokyo shopper to get one. What about this Lursa Mills XPT in here? This might be just all I need to carry, honestly.
Oh my gosh, minimalist.
You know, sunglasses, right? That's it. This is for the day. Because I don't need much. I don't know. I really don't need much. So I think this is pretty good.
Yeah,
and then it has my ID.
You have space if you run into anything.
Yeah, and then, maybe a phone, and that's it. And then you just go. It's so light, and I love it. So I've been actually just using this as a purse lately, and I've been loving it.
I'd say all size laptops would fit in that.
Yeah, it's just awesome. It's such a great bag. Okay, so we've been talking about our bathroom. Okay, so this is the story. Our house was built in 1950s, and when Matt and I got into the house, the house was all we could afford, right, Matt? Would you say? And that was like really stretching it. So when we moved in, honestly, there was like dirt in front, remember?
Yes.
And for years we only had dirt because we couldn't even put grass in.
Front yard was dirt.
And then so Matt slowly started putting in because the poor kids were like playing in dirt, and
when
I'm
you look
like,
at the old photos of the kids, they're in the dirt.
Yeah, and then he's like, I kind of feel bad, and I was like, all right, so he's like, well, we can't really afford a lawn, so maybe what we could do is I could buy the rolls and maybe just roll it out like two little areas of grass.
We did that for a
and
while.
then we hand watered it, remember? Yeah. It wasn't working. Like, I don't think it really took, did it? But like you bought like 2 of those carpet rolls
Yeah, we
of
tried
grass.
to do it in a small area.
That was hysterical. Okay, so slowly but surely we got grass, which is awesome. And then I think that's a trajectory of like
literally 10 years later.
Right?
Yeah.
So then, anyway, so the bathrooms, when we moved in, I was like, no, let's just keep it the way it is. It's fine. But I think if you want to know what they look like.
This is since 2008.
Right, but this is a bathroom from the 1950s, right?
Yeah,
so,
I know, but we moved in 2008, so it's been that long that we've been there.
Yeah. And then, it's so embarrassing talking about it because we would have just left it, honestly.
It's funny,
we
totally would have left it.
We really we have no time, so I'm like, who cares? It's fine, it works, it's
How
good.
long did we go without being able to use our own master bathroom?
I know, I can't, but let's just backtrack. So in terms of what the aesthetics of those bathrooms look like, Matt's like, I'm so embarrassed to tell you this, but when we went to Santa Fe, I didn't go and tour the Oppenheimer's house.
Yeah.
And then both the kids and Matt came back, and all they could remember was his bathroom looked like ours, and I was like,
the museum.
oh, that's not something to be very proud of. But anyways, like exactly. So that's a 1950s bathroom with like literally had like green and pink tiles, but like poorly matched colors. It was just kind of depressing, but
Old school.
it was just one of those things where we're like, we cannot deal with renovating, so let's just move forward and just stay in this god awful bathroom. So
It's not god awful, but it was ready for an update.
it was bad. It's okay. I think guys have a much more threshold of like if it works. And I have to say, for a girl, Matt, come on, not bad.
You made it 2008 to 2024.
Right.
That's like hats off to you.
Like most women would be like, no, I'm not gonna stay in this bathroom.
No, you made the best of it.
So, anyways, and it's also because we were so busy. I couldn't. The thought of having to take everything out and like all that jazz was just too much for us. So it got to the point where I'm so embarrassed.
And you and I are not fan because there's a lot of people run into it that all they talk about is their renovations. Like,
oh no,
we don't want to talk about our renovations, but this is the one.
No. This got so desperate where. First it was sort of leaking and we're like, okay, maybe not. Like our downstairs had a little like...
And that was 3-4 years ago.
And I'm like, maybe we could just, it's fine. And then it got a little bit worse and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be sitting down here and suddenly like the whole wall, like ceiling comes down. So I'm like, this might be a little dangerous, right?
Yeah, but
But then we were still like, okay, let's just not use that shower.
For like a year, right?
Yeah, so Matt and I are like, okay, let's just wait.
You glossed over the low point though.
I know, I'm so embarrassed to say it because it's so embarrassing. Okay, but I will share it because I don't care. And I'll share it with you guys because you guys are our friends. One day, Matt's like, you guys, Irene, you need to come upstairs. And I'm like, what? He's like, no, I can't tell you. You have to come and see it. And I was like...
This was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yes. And I was like, what? Okay. I'm so embarrassed. There was a mushroom growing like and mushroom peeking through the corner of the shower, and I'm like, oh my god! Okay. I was like, we cannot have what? It was like it would be like a wildlife is growing, and I'm like, oh my god! And so, but even that day, I was like, oh, okay, what do we do? So then I'm like, my solution was, let's just not use the shower and let it dry out, and then maybe the mushroom will stop, right? And then the next day, like, 2 mushrooms. I'm like, we're gonna have a mushroom factory in the shower. Like, all these mushrooms started coming out through the corners, and I was like, okay, I think it's time, right?
That was the end of the line.
That was the end of the line because I was like, okay.
But because then we went a year just not using that shower.
But that's fair because we were looking for the guy, like the perfect guy to do it. So we did find the perfect guy. So now, finally, everything's getting gutted because mushrooms were growing, and that's when it's like, that's kind of really bad. Anyway, so that's the story.
What are we at, like 8 weeks into it now or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we have no showers in the house. So basically we had, again, most people be like, we're going to have to move out of this house.
Yeah, everyone's like, well, we're going to rent another place.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, we can't do that. And so I was like, Matt, I think what we could do is build an outside shower. Even I think you were a little taken aback by the fact that I even said
impressed,
that. Right? But I was like, okay, because we've always wanted one.
Yeah.
And so it's been great. I love the outside shower.
Really
so
great.
And I think it was because we lived in Australia for a while, and growing up here, I've never used an outside shower, but I think you have before.
That was when you got introduced to it, right?
Yeah, and then I really liked it when we were in. I was like, this is cool. So anyway, so that's why I was like, okay, let's do one. So then we made an outside shower, so that's what we've been using, and we've been all sharing the downstairs powder room as our toilet. But there are times, I'm gonna have to say, where even yesterday I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Lockdown.
So bad. And then someone else is, I was like, what is going on?
Or like today when you guys were like opening all your boxes, I'm like,
gotta go to the bathroom.
I had to wait for you to finish opening all your boxes.
Because we were getting all this stuff, and I was like, ooh, the lights. So anyways, most exciting part is I think you get to really make what you want, down to the tiles and everything. And I was like, at first I was really overwhelmed, and thank you, Kate and Amy from Capturing Home. They're the most incredible 2 humans I've ever met, and they really helped us kind of come up with the ingredients. So they came up with the recipe and the ingredients that you need to buy, and basically then she's like, okay, here's the recipe.
If there's life coaches, these guys are like renovation coaches.
Yes,
And
I
beyond,
mean,
so
but
much
it's
more.
very difficult for people who don't know how, have never done
That's
one.
what I mean. Like, they support the emotional side of it.
Yes, but they've been so great. So they gave us the
Flawless
recipe
design.
and the ingredients, and now we have to go bake the cake with our contractor.
Yeah.
And at first I was really, really confused, I have to admit. For the first 2 to 3 weeks I was. But then I think something clicked inside and I was like, I get it. I
And they
understand
told
this.
us that's the way it would be.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like, I get it. And I was like, this is just like making a handbag. And then now I'm driving the contractor crazy. I was like, so I want to band it down here, but then it has to be another color on the bottom or else you won't see the band. And
We're
he's
only
like,
gonna get to do this once.
and
so
then
it's
he was like,
get it
what are you
right.
talking about? I was like, well, if it's and it's like 2 colors that are barely different, like you can barely see the
Barely
two.
different.
And I'm like, no, this one's white and this one's off-white.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay,
Most
so if
people
you,
would give 0.
yeah, so I was
Yeah.
in there and I was like, so if you ban this part, that means we're gonna have to change this part to white. And he's like, do you think you could see the difference? I was like,
Yes.
I don't think anyone can, but I would. So anyways, but then it'll look really good because then you see the contrast in color. So then
No,
I
I
was
think
like,
it's a really good direction.
anyways, so we're really excited about it. We're using these amazing tiles from Morocco and they're all hand baked. So they're all different. So the guy's really concerned.
That annoys him, but it's also good.
And he kept asking, I think this is like 100 times he's asked me, he's like, you know that these are not the same shape, right? And I was like, yeah, because they're each hand baked. And then he's like, so you're not going to get a perfect line down this when the corners meet. And I was like, no, that's fine. And he asked me, so he's like, are you sure?
Yeah.
He's like, one's going to come out just a little bit more. And I was like, it's
Yeah, 'cause
good.
most people would have an issue with that, but we want that.
I want it
Yeah.
because it looks like it's been hand, like even like someone put it in hand. Like
It's
he
like what we
will.
do with all of our product. It's like the beauty and the imperfection.
It's just
Right?
really funny though.
Yeah, it
And
is
then
funny.
and I'm doing a lot of stuff that I think it's against his. I'm like, he's like, no, like I just want a clean seam.
Yeah,
No,
backsplash or something,
whatever
or
the
baseboard.
baseboard. So I was like, no base. And he's like, why? And he's like, what? He's like, that's not like a what? And I was like, yeah, no, it's good. I had to physically